Why don't we go to the Commander-in-Chief and ask for his order?
Stupid fool! That wench gained merit, and the Crown Prince is enchanted by her! At a time like this, who would dare to punish her?
Commander, so you'll just let it go?
What else can I do? Thought I'd get a good deal and eliminate He Xiao. Unexpectedly, while halfway there, an uninvited guest appeared out of nowhere. If the deal is made known to the Ministry of War, I am dead. You all will be dead men! We're all doomed. Who the hell is scheming against the Shu army? Does that mean they're targeting He Xiao? Or are they targeting me?
Commander, in my opinion, we should just let them go.
No hurry. Let them kneel there for a day. Leave me.
Yes!
My lord, someone sent a message.
Who?
I don't know. The message was left at the door.
Drill Master Chu, you look very pale. Are you all right? Tell me, are you wounded? If you're feeling unwell, don't constrain yourself. I'll help you back.
Stay where you are. Do you want a quicker death? Don't worry. When the Commander-in-Chief comes back in the evening, I'm sure he's going to release us. We must wait here patiently, understand? Tell them to go back.
Drill Master Chu, you're being punished for us. How could we leave you behind?
Have it your way.
Drill Master Chu. Drill Master Chu. Where's Zhao Liying? It's been long enough. Where is he?
Lord Commander went to the Commander-in-Chief. Deputy Commander, take it easy. You see, death deserves a bit of patience.
You! What are you doing?
Hey, let me tell you, behave yourselves. You're all guilty soldiers. One more mistake, and there'll be hell to pay.
How dare you! Hey.
Stop it!
Drill Master Chu.
Trust me, I'm fine. Tell them to calm down.
You! Go find Zhao Liying. I tell you this. If anything happens to Drill Master Chu, the Shu army will make him pay.
I have no idea where he is.
Will you go or not?
Stop it!
Drill Master Chu! Drill Master Chu!
Somebody help her!
Somebody help her!
She just fell down!
Drill Master Chu!
What's
Drill
happening?
Master Chu!
Someone
Drill
get her
Master
some
Chu,
help!
okay?
Wake up!
She all right?
She needs some help!
Isn't anyone going to help her?
Master Chu?
Your Majesty, I've been monitoring the moves by all major camps in the capital. Most have no issue. Except the second in command, Yuan Ye. He went to the base of the Shiuli army. And when he got there, he took away archery drill master Chu Qiao, who was convicted of a crime.
I'm aware of that. I know. Leave me now.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Have you sensed that? Yanshun is protecting Yuan Ye.
What do you mean, Your Majesty?
He knows that I dislike him getting close to any of the military commanders. Therefore, if he hates Yuan Ye, he should have told me that. But he is being friendly with Yuan Ye, so as to make me suspicious.
Makes perfect sense, Your Majesty.
What's more, it seems he is afraid that I remove Yuan Ye from the military. Why is that?
What he fears is General Yuan losing his power.
So that means the power in Yuan Ye's hand is good for him.
That's just conjecture. General Yuan is a loyal man, so it should not be.
The wedding is near. All conjecture should be taken as if true. Once something bad happens, it could be a huge disaster.
What is wrong with you?
Why are you here?
This is my camp. Where else should I be?
Why am I here then?
My lord! What's the matter?
We have a situation.
Who said that?
People from Concert Wei's palace. Eunuch Wang mentioned it.
Very smart indeed. So, Yanshin's doing are all known to you.
What are you referring to?
Yanshin was right. It depends on the strength of the players. But don't be too complacent. It's not time yet. Wait and see.
Yuan Ye! You must explain yourself! Your Highness.
Look at the time. Why isn't our Chu back?
Your Highness, be patient. She'll be all right.
How do you know she'll be all right?
When she went to the elite cavalry stables, I got quite worried. So when you weren't here, I sent a message to Yuan Ye. Your Highness, at that moment, everything that can be used should be used. It's life and death. Personal feelings should be put aside.
Zhongyu. You.
Gengxin, what's the matter? Are you losing your temper?
Finally. How are you?
I'm all right.
Go see the doctor at once.
Yunshin, I'm alright. I have to talk to you.
Speak.
It's about the Shuli army. When I was in the elite cavalry stables, I came in contact with them. I found out that each one of them had no intention of being a traitor. What's more, as a part of the Wei army force, they've never been accepted by anyone. It's because they insist on keeping the Shuli army title and flag.
They're loyal soldiers.
Actually, they completely support Northern Yen. Yanshin, I cannot conclude whether they're loyal soldiers or not. I just think that men are badly needed right now. Since they're loyal to Northern Yen, they should be given a chance to prove it. Perhaps we'll benefit from it.
Your Highness, men are badly needed. If they want to prove their loyalty, we should give them a chance to do so.
Tonight, at the Ye Lodge. Bring them to me.
Fine.
Your Highness, I have something to report.
Speak.
Dongja and Chuyi are controlled by Yuan Ye's people. They will not move an inch. It's impossible for us to flee Chang'an by ourselves. Your Highness, we need people. The only force we can use is the Shuli army. The Wei never accepted them, and with what happened today, they trust Chu fully. If you will accept their loyalty, they're going to be a sharp blade in our hand.
That's why you stole the order from He Xiao and gave it to She Tulung. And then led She Tulung to find He Xiao guilty. And then you led Chu to come to He Xiao's rescue to gain their respect, to complete the work. You prompted Yuan Ye to help Chu, so as to make the Emperor suspicious. Two birds with one stone.
Your Highness.
A well-devised plan. However, did you ever care about the wound Chu has? What if She Tulung used force? What if Yuan Ye hadn't come to her rescue? What would you do then?
We really need the Shuli army to open the gate for you.
Zhongyu, you've been very loyal to me. Over the years, I've been lucky to have you. But now I must warn you. You'll never use Chu in whatever way. If she ever gets injured because of you, I will never forgive you.
Understood.
Leave me.
What about the Shuli army?
Go for it.
Your Highness, I'll do it right now.
Yanshin, these are the people from the Shuli army. This is Prince Yanshin. I'm sure you've seen him.
Your Highness, I am He Xiao, Deputy Commander of the Shuli Army.
I am Jia Qi, First Commandant Assistant.
I am Wu Dan Yu, Second Commandant Assistant.
Your Highness, I am guilty. I feel ashamed to see you.
Chu talked about you all to me. At first I refused to meet you. You were all lower-ranking officers. And the fall of two cities was the general's fault, not yours. However, as soldiers of Northern Yan, you witnessed the massacre of your families, and 200,000 people consumed by fire. You have been wearing enemy clothes and living in their camps for 3 years now. Whatever the case, you're all traitors. But Chu told me, you're not leading a dignified life, being bullied and excluded, as if anyone is qualified to be your superior. I can rightfully hate you, but in the end, you are all people of Northern Yan. You can be ghosts under my sword, but you will never be kneeling dogs for the way. This will never happen. That is why I'd like to give you one more chance to serve me with loyalty. I cannot guarantee the safety of you all, nor can I guarantee your prosperity in the future. But just so long as you serve me with loyalty, with dedication, when we make it, you will be received in Northern Yan as good men.
Your Highness, I was waiting to commit a great crime. We've been laboring under a black weight, day and night. We feared we'd never return home again. You're giving us a second life. All Shuli army soldiers will be at your command! Be it life or death! We are your servants!
Never expected His Highness could be so gracious. He acted just like the Marquis.
I thought it was a tad too easy. He lost all his family that year. If I were him, I would kill us three immediately.
Just shut up now. How can you compare yourself to His Highness?
Anyway, something doesn't seem right.
You don't trust Prince Yan?
I never said that.
Drill Master Chu, after what happened that year, we all thought, in our lifetime, we could never return to the Northern Yan. But His Highness received us tonight in person. To us, that was rather unexpected.
Yes, that's what we feel.
Even though we weren't the decision makers, but we were in the Shuli army. We're not saints. Prince Yan lost his family and survived many an ordeal since. He lived in hatred and humility over the past years. We won't hesitate even for a moment if he orders us to die. It's just, I have so many brothers in the Shuli army. They were just following orders. They're innocent. I have to think more for their safety.
I get it. Commander He, I've been following Prince Yan for many years. I know him well. He's a man of integrity, always honoring his words. Trust me, since he's given you his word, he will keep it.
If that's what you believe, then we have no concerns.
Trust me.
Now, we'll go back to prepare ourselves with weapons and horses. We'll wait for him to summon us.
Good. Be extremely careful. No one say a word.
We promise. We don't have traitors in the Shuli army. And we will help His Highness return home. Safe and sound, don't worry.
We'll be on our way. Be careful. Have a good night.
Good.
Take care. Let's go.
Please forgive me, Your Highness! What is it? What happened? Forgive me, Your Highness! The little prince is gone! He's what? How is gone? What's this nonsense? Hours ago, Lord Wei sent his men with a chest of silk. While I was receiving the gift, the little prince, he seems to have run off. You fool! Your Highness, forgive me! Your Highness! Have you searched everywhere? We searched Lanfu Palace from inside out, but we couldn't find the little prince. Your Highness, I should die! Your death has nothing to do with me! How could a maid like you compare to my son? Forgive me! Forgive me!
Your Highness, do you think we should report this immediately to His Majesty?
You just said Yuan Wei's man brought a chest of silk?
Yes!
Where is it?
The chest is large and ugly. They took out all the silk from it and left with the chest. Could it be?
Be quiet! What happened here today shall be kept a secret. One word of gossip, and you'll pay dearly!
Your Highness!
Go to Red Hill Court. Summon Yuan Wei.
Yes.
Come closer, Hal. Go on. That's right. Go on.
Lord Wei!
Take care of him.
Yes!
What is it?
Lord Wei, people from Lanfu Palace request to see you now.
That wicked woman. I'll show her what I'm capable of. Lest she gets carried away. Get my steed.
Yes!
Lord Wei, this way, please.
Oh my, Lord Wei, you're here.
Why? What's the matter?
His Majesty wants to see you. The courier's on his way to your mansion. I'm surprised to see you here.
His Majesty?
Yes, please quickly follow me. Come along.
Oh, Lord Wei! Concubine Lan is waiting for you!
You and Wei Zhao Dongting, you'll have 500 Imperial Guards each. This edict contains my order for you two. On the princess's wedding day, do what it says. Never ask why.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
If the content of this edict is made public,
I will kill myself. I'll do the same.
good. Leave me.
Lord Wei, I'll be on my way. Take care, Brother Zhao.
Lord Wei, Concubine Lan is waiting for you.
Let her wait for me. I've got things to do. I'll see her when I have time.
Yes.
That's what he said?
Yes.
How dare he say that?
Your Highness, Lord Wei probably has an important mission. His Majesty sent a special courier to summon him. He looked quite anxious.
I'll go in person. Your Highness, please think twice before going. Concubine Zhao has been watching us, waiting for your mistake. If you privately leave the palace and get caught, who knows what the consequences will be? But my son... Lord Wei is the little prince's uncle. No matter how bold he is, what could he do with his highness? Please wait patiently, and just send people to Lord Wei later. If you're determined to go, better be at the right time, and well prepared.
Cao Cao! Cao Cao! You finally came to see me!
Stay away. Keep your distance.
Cao Cao. You and I survived great danger together. I think we should be best friends by now.
Who are you kidding?
Judging by your look, you seem well.
I heard you're leaving.
Yes, I'm leaving. Who told you this?
The assassins from the other day, do you know who they are?
I have no idea. Do you know them?
I truly don't. But they were in a large group, all highly skilled and tough as nails. According to what I've seen, I think your guards aren't reliable. It's pretty far from Chang'an to Chenkang. Is this bunch of guards enough for you?
You do bring up a good point. So, Cao Cao, what's your suggestion?
Look. These are the most famous generals of the Wei. They're versed in military strategy, martial arts, have perfect personalities and integrity. They are the best guards to accompany you on your journey home whilst guaranteeing your security.
Miss Chu, is General Mu the so-called General Muan, Mu Zhongqing? If I remember correctly, he should be 80-something now.
Right. In fact, he's more than 80 years old, but he's still in excellent health. Every morning he can be seen walking on Chu Qiao Street. Plus, he's definitely capable of beating down 5 young men like you.
Zhou Batian! This is a mighty name indeed! Is he a master of martial arts?
Absolutely. He's a notorious bandit in the Southwest, quite well known in that world.
Oh.
However, he was caught by the government for bribing officials. It's considered a crime. In order to protect himself, he sold out his brothers and ended up in my hands. He's now in Changfang camp. Do you want to see him?
Hey, this one looks good. Trained at Jiangwu Institute. Named the best by His Majesty. Well-versed in literary and martial arts skills. That's good.
He's good. Quite tough. Though he has no experience leading a force, he is a cheerful person. One word from you, and he'll show up immediately. He won't second-guess it. However, it all depends on his parents' approval. After all, he's only 12, and has never traveled far.
Enough. There's no need. Cao Cao, I've made up my mind.
Don't you want to see more? This list has a very strict criteria.
No need. I've made my choice.
Who is it, Your Highness?
The 7th Prince, Yuan Shi.
No wonder you're the Crown Prince. It's very wise of you. Prince Yuan Shi commands the elite cavalry stables. Before that, he'd fought in many wars along the border. He's honored and experienced. He's sophisticated yet humble. As a man of the world, he has a sense of humor and knowledge of geography. What's more, he's distinguished by birthright. He's the perfect person to guard you on your way back to Chenkang.
You speak so highly of him. I wish I could make Tia Yu a woman and have him marry Yuan Shi.
Really? That's also one of his advantages. He's handsome and full of masculine charm. You'd be pleased to have him in your company.
Cao Cao, I find my fondness for you keeps growing. Come to Liang with me.
I can't go. Ask Prince Yuan Shi to accompany you.
You little fox. So sly. You want me. You want me to help you get rid of Yuan Shi. You should just say it. Why bother beating around the bush?
Your Highness beat around the bush for a while before cooperating with us. I'm just doing the same by following in your footsteps.
Cao Cao, you know I would help you. I'd like to know, how much will you pay me for such a significant favor?
I saved you with my life. How will you repay me for that? Don't you feel ashamed to even ask? I'm paying it off by helping you choose Prince Yuan Shi.
Get my steed!
Where to, Your Highness?
To court, for a farewell visit.
Yes.
Ciao Ciao. When I leave here, remember to see me off.
Your Highness, what could be General Yuan's fault that made His Majesty relocate him to the court?
I'm afraid someone has devised the trap. And you and Ye fell right into the thing.
Who could it be?
Prepare my steed. I'm going to court.
Yes. Your Highness.
Prince of Xiang, His Majesty dictates that tomorrow morning you prepare 5,000 soldiers and steeds. You'll be guarding the Liang Crown Prince on his journey home.
Yes.
It seems the Liang Crown Prince intends to help Yanshen. That's why he asks Your Highness to accompany him.
What good intention did the Liang have? They wish only to see war on our land and the collapse of Wei.
It's an imperial edict. Your Highness has to do it.
I know that. So, I ask you to take care of Chang'an. If anything should happen, I hope you will act with the interest of this great region as your priority, not just your old friendship.
You have my word. I'll do what I can to the best of my ability, Your Highness.
And I'm grateful for it. Farewell to you then.
Your Highness, please be safe. Take care, Your Highness.
So, Master, are we going against Prince Yan, as the Prince of Shan has ordered?
I'm now the Prince of Shang's advisor. It's my duty to work for his interests. Nowadays, Prince Yanshin is a dominant power, while the Emperor and the Prince of Shang distrust each other. Given the Emperor's nature, if not for the threat of invaders, the Prince of Shang could never command such power.
Do you mean...
What I mean, I think Prince Yan is going to bring me a pleasant surprise. I am keen to know what will become of him after he returns to Northern Yan. And this old friend of mine, what is he going to do then? I'm afraid his stubbornness over the years could lead him to his own grave. The Inferno doesn't bear a redeeming Buddha, but instead an evil spirit comes out of it. Take my word for it.
So you're leaving? But the wedding ceremony is upon us.
It's an imperial edict. I'll be leaving tonight.
Your Highness, if you leave tonight, the princess will be very sad.
Shuya, that's not what I'm worried about. After some serious thought, I want to ask you to do me a favor. And you must do this for me.
Your Highness, I'll do anything.
Watch Yanshin closely. If he makes any strange moves, lead the private soldiers of your family to stop him from getting out of Chang'an at all costs. If the situation requires it, eliminate him.
Your Highness, do you mean...
You aren't a fool. As a good friend to Yanshin, you know better than anyone what sort of person he is.
After that bloody event, is it possible for him to marry Chun only for love? I think he's planning something else.
Really? Chang'an has so many guards. He has no connections or money. What on earth could he be planning? If it is as you suspect, it will lead to his certain death.
Don't forget, he's not an ordinary person. So I want you to be on your guard.
All right. I fully understand, Your Highness. I'll watch him closely.
And Yuan Ye is also Yanshen's friend. I don't trust him. Mr. Dang Fang, an advisor of mine, used to work for the Marquis Dingbei himself. I don't trust him either. At such a moment, you're the only one I can confide in. If he manages to escape, there will be consequences.
You have my word. I understand, Your Highness. I'll keep him under control.
I'm counting on you.
Given the limited men we have, the Shuli army, 500. Followers of Miss Yu, 300. We can't set up defense at all junctures.
That means we can only bet on where to start things.
This is the route on the wedding day. At noon, Yanshen will travel this path from Yunge Courtyard and pass Fuan Gate, the city office, and Sungye Pond on Shenzhen Street to the Imperial Ancestral Temple. Ceremonially, you'll worship the ancestors here. After that, you'll follow the etiquette officers through Chuchi Street and get off at Changguang Gate. The etiquette officers will then guide you into the court to the princess. No matter how just the reason, slaying his son-in-law on his wedding day will never convince the people, so the emperor won't do it publicly. They'll choose a quiet place with few inhabitants around, like the temple in the south that has imperial guards. Commoners can't even get close. The guards from the Ministry of Etiquette won't risk their lives for Yanshen. After all this analysis, the most possible venue for them can only be the temple.
But the temple is home to the imperial ancestors. Would they be so arrogant to kill Prince Yanshen there?
The Emperor won't care. When it's done, they'll hold me responsible for it.
The Shuli army in advance will keep Shui Zhulong in control. The night before the wedding, 100 soldiers will be dispersed to answer Yanshen, while the others will control the East Gate that day to help us escape.
Many forces are based in the city. It's a risky plan indeed.
There are 4 major camps in Chang'an, the East and West Military Corps, the Lu Camp as well as the elite cavalry stables. Over 100,000 soldiers are based in the city. There's also the Imperial Guards, the Emperor's Guards, Wuling Guards, Bingsu Guards, and the City Hall Guards. Over 150,000 in total.
The Military Corps and the Lu Camp answer only to the Emperor's orders. Don't forget, mutiny is what the Wei Emperor fears the most. The commanders-in-chief of the Wei Lin Guards, Bingsu Guards, the Imperial Guards, the Emperor's Guards, and the elite cavalry stables have the right to mobilize their forces, whereas the Imperial and Emperor's Guards are responsible for the inner city. For the safety of the Emperor, he will be their priority. So, the Wulin Guards, Bingsu Guards, and the elite cavalry stables are our most likely enemies on that day.
Shao Tzu has taken away Yuan Che. Yuan Ye is not leading the elite cavalry stables. Things will be easier without them, but we'll still have to deal with 10,000 men.
We must come up with a plan to disable the Wulin and Bingsu Guards and kill their commanders. Without a capable commander, they'll have a problem deploying.
Supposing that we clear these obstacles, I think it's safe to assume the news will spread in no time.
We've arranged people at all major entrances to intercept any couriers that may come. What's more, once the fight begins, our deployment on Chuchi Street will be triggered. By then, The city will be an inferno and panic will take hold. They'll have to tackle the fire first.
An inferno?
We've prepared wood between the shops and residential areas. We plan to light them, to distract the people.
Please be careful. Try not to harm residential areas, to prevent civilian deaths.
Rest assured. But we will not be considerate when it comes to official buildings. Then we'll exit the city. The east gate will be controlled by the Shuli army. Once the city panics, they'll kill those at the gate. We'll meet at the east gate, exit together, and then head north. The nearest river has no functioning bridge. We will send people to build one the night before. Horses will be on the other side. Once we get there, with Shao Che's map, we will flee Chang'an at full speed.
We have 300 people, not including the Shuli army, which makes more than 800. The bridge must be well built. Can it be done in a night?
Absolutely. These people are sophisticated soldiers that served years at Marquis Dingbei's side so they can quickly build roads and bridges.
We're planning with all our might, but we only have 800 people to fight against 100,000. The risks are high. If any of the forces cut in to stop us, we'll be ripped to shreds.
This is indeed a gamble, but I bet that now, no one will try and stop us.
General Yuan, I know it is beneath you, but guard this palace for a while.
夜风吹乱月光，声如竹房，心有掩藏。谁人笑我悲怆，被命运折断了翅膀。坠落深渊万丈，记忆被封藏。这风雪多嚣张，就算再被践踏，也不仰望。我会越挫越强，这呼吸是热，这心跳是光，一点一滴酝酿，一生一世的较量。我眼中光。